morning and welcome back. I am joined this morning with Mike Kuna of Kuna Law Firm PLLC for today's Ask an Attorney. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Ashlyn.
Great to have you. Let's take a look at today's question. 3 weeks ago, I got engaged and I'm probably going to marry my fiance in about 2 years. But I'm an engineer and I make $120,000 a year while my fiance is a waitress with an art side hustle. My parents told me they won't pay for the wedding unless I get a prenup. Should I get one? I don't really like the idea of offering it, but I honestly know it's a smart idea. So Mike, what is your advice?
So when it comes to prenuptial or premarital agreements, they're basically an agreement between two people who want to get married that only become binding upon the marriage and only if they're written and signed by both parties. In my personal experience, and in all the divorce cases that I have handled thus far, the existence of a prenuptial agreement is extremely helpful, both during the marriage and afterwards in a divorce, and maybe even, God forbid, in cases of death. One may ask themselves, what do prenuptials cover? What kind of issues mostly prenuptial agreements handle? And my answer to the most common issues are first, spousal support upon divorce. Second, the issue of using marital or non-marital funds throughout the marriage itself. Third, we have a very important issue of debt and asset distribution throughout divorce or death. And fourth, we can even decide which state laws are going to govern the prenuptial agreement. So people ask me, Mike, well, I have this prenuptial agreement. Is the court going to enforce it? And the short answer is yes. The courts mostly do enforce prenuptial agreements. However, in some instances, they don't. North Dakota adopted the Uniform Prenuptial Agreement Act. And that act has guidelines into what is and what is not enforceable in a prenuptial agreement. Some issues that prenuptial agreements do not cover are child support and child custody. That cannot be a topic within the prenuptial. Also, prenuptial agreements cannot cover issues, for example, that are related to things that can make the prenuptial agreement unconscionable. Let's say a prenuptial agreement cannot penalize one party for filing for divorce. A prenuptial agreement cannot state that if a party, for example, was a victim of domestic violence, that party cannot seek for retribution in manners of economics or for justice, meaning reparations for the domestic violence. Now, personally, I would say that these cases are extremely complicated, highly nuanced, and the court scrutinizes them in every single clause. Sometimes, even if a prenuptial agreement is good and no clauses were set aside, even if the prenuptial agreement was approved, even then the court may disqualify the prenuptial agreement if the court decides that the result is unfair during the time of marriage. Therefore, first, I recommend both clients, people, and attorneys to not be lazy. And anytime you draft a prenuptial agreement, actually file suit with the court and have that prenuptial agreement signed by the court. And always have a good relationship with your attorney. If you would have known me prior to this incident or any other incident, I would have told you all of this. Call me, ask me, and I will guide you through this process.
All right, thank you so much for your expert advice. As we know, prenuptial agreements are very popular topics. If you have something that you would like to ask an attorney, you can do so by clicking the Ask the Attorney link. It's on our website, valleynewslive.com. We'll be right back.